In the Canadian wilderness, Anya discovers a malnourished wolf cub in an abandoned cabin, setting off a suspenseful and emotional journey of survival and bond. But what the wolf does in gratitude will bring you to tears. In the heart of the Canadian wilderness, amidst towering pines and shimmering lakes, lived a young woman named Anya. Anya was a skilled tracker and wilderness guide, known for her deep respect for the natural world and its inhabitants. One fateful day, while leading a group of tourists through a remote forest, Anya stumbled upon an abandoned cabin. The cabin's weathered exterior and overgrown path piqued her curiosity, prompting her to investigate. As she ventured inside, Anya discovered a sight that sent shivers down her spine: a malnourished wolf cub whimpering in the corner. Its eyes, filled with fear and vulnerability, tugged at Anya's heartstrings. Without hesitation, she scooped up the cub, its frail body trembling in her arms. Anya knew she couldn't leave the cub to fend for itself in the harsh wilderness. She decided to take it back to her camp and nurse it back to health. Naming the cub Kale, Anya showered him with care and affection. Despite her initial apprehension, Kale formed an unlikely bond with Anya, his wild spirit tempered by her gentle touch. Days turned into weeks, and Kale blossomed into a magnificent wolf. His fur, once matted and dull, now gleamed with a healthy sheen, and his eyes, once filled with fear, now sparkled with intelligence and loyalty. Anya, in turn, found solace in Kale's companionship, his presence a constant reminder of the beauty and fragility of nature. One crisp autumn morning, Anya and Kale set out on one of their many explorations of the forest. The air was cool and filled with the earthy scent of fallen leaves. As they ventured deeper into the woods, Anya stumbled upon an unstable section of ground near a cliff edge. The ground, weakened by recent rains, gave way beneath her feet, sending her tumbling down the rocky slope. Kyle, reacting swiftly, raced to her side, his instincts guiding him to find a way to help. Anya lay at the bottom of the slope, injured and unable to move. The pain was sharp, and she realized she had likely broken her leg. Kale's eyes, filled with concern, never left her. He howled for help, his calls echoing through the forest. Hours passed, and just as Anya began to lose hope, a group of hikers, drawn by Kyle's persistent howling, arrived at the scene. With their assistance, Anya was rescued and taken to safety. As Anya recovered from her injuries, she reflected on the incident and how close she had come to losing her life. She realized that Kale had not only been a companion but also her guardian. Their bond, already strong, deepened even further. Anya knew that without Kale's quick thinking and unwavering loyalty, the outcome could have been much worse. During her recovery, Anya returned to work sooner than expected. Despite her injuries, she continued to guide tourists through the wilderness. Kyle, concerned for Anya's well-being, followed her. However, the sight of a large, wild wolf unsettled the tourists. One particularly frightened tourist tried to harm Kale, but the wolf defended himself, growling and baring his teeth. Anya quickly intervened, realizing that Kale's presence among humans was becoming dangerous. She knew that for Kale to be safe, he had to return to the wild where he belonged. The bond they shared was deep, but she understood that the world around them did not comprehend their unique relationship. One day, Anya and Kale ventured deep into the forest. When they reached a secluded spot, Anya hid herself and watched as Kale searched for her. After some time, Kale, unable to find Anya, reluctantly began to wander back into the forest. Tears streamed down Anya's face as she returned home alone, knowing that their bond would endure even in their separation. Anya continued her conservation efforts, always feeling Kale's presence in spirit. The forest, with its towering pines and shimmering lakes, remained her sanctuary, and the memory of Kale, her guardian wolf, stayed with her, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the unbreakable bond between human and animal.